welcome to episode 26 of Should We Have Watched That?
I'm Soraya.
And I'm Amanda.
And we watched Mark Turner again.
We did.
It was called All the Rage. It's Jessie Gordon and Mark Turner as our two performers. They were talking about, or they were promoting their new CD.
Mm-hmm. Best friends.
Best friends for 17 years, I think they said in the show.
Something crazy. That's going to be us.
That's going to be us.
Plus. Presented by Jessie Gordon. Tickets are $35 to $40, and it is a 55-minute show. Okay. Look, guys.
Listen.
I loved the show, but...
So good. What?
But I was a bit annoyed at the fact that we got seated tickets. And they had sold the seated tickets by seat and not table.
Yeah.
So they expected us to share tables with other people.
Which, that, honestly is fine. However, they did not assist us. The Ellington, this is the Ellington, this is not the performer's fault whatsoever. But I feel like the Ellington should have facilitated us finding seats. Instead, it was kind of just a free-for-all.
Yeah.
And we were left feeling very uncertain as to where we could go.
And uncomfortable.
It also, imagine someone that is deeply introverted, because I would say that I'm an introvert, but I can go up to people and ask if a seat is being taken. Amanda cannot, despite being, I would say, an extrovert.
I'm shy. So
it's quite a position to put someone into if they are not comfortable in doing that. And so I only went up to one table before, and they said, oh no, the seats are taken. And I was like, cool, I don't know what to do here now. So instead we found a couple of stools and we sat at the back. But we both expected better from the Ellington, to be very honest.
Yeah. And I thought that was a bit of a crappy way to start the show.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So, well done, Jessie and Mark, for getting us back on track.
Yeah, because we were
annoyed.
We frothed Jessie and Mark.
Yeah.
We absolutely loved them. But we just didn't love, I think, the Ellington experience.
No.
And then we got drinks, and my drink was an absolute disappointment.
Oh, yeah, Amanda got a mojito, which was not... It was a fizzy something with a bit of mint.
And, cocktails aren't cheap, man.
No, it was, what, $20?
Yeah.
It was bullshit.
Yeah. On top of our kind of seating conundrum.
Yeah, we were not pleased about that. However, then Jessie Gordon and Mark Turner came out on stage and immediately
turned the whole situation around.
Yeah.
And thank goodness.
They are such a cute duo. Mm-hmm. They are obviously having so much fun up there together. They are just bantering through, when they're not singing a song, when they are just chatting. Mm-hmm. Jessie was flirting with the audience, as was Mark. It was just they were great entertainers and having a great time doing what they love and sharing new pieces and old pieces with us.
I wouldn't say they were even big personalities, but they were great. They had great stage presence, as well as great audience interaction and chemistry. Yeah. So concept of this show. Sass kind of mentioned briefly, this was to introduce their new album. All the Rage, which they got us to say a couple of times. Very well done, guys. Great marketing tactic. And it was quite fun because the show was essentially song roulette. So they had a list of 120 songs that they had prepared. I don't know how they do this, especially because we know that Mark has multiple gigs.
Yeah.
So... Yeah.
And Jessie did preface this show saying that usually when they do song roulette, it is 44 songs. Or 40 songs, maybe.
But they had 120.
120. They did have iPods that I believe had the music on there, or at least perhaps the chords.
Yeah.
And they would know the songs.
But even then, he was changing up some chords or asking Jessie what would you like this in? And okay,
one of the song choices. So okay, no, you can keep you go.
So song roulette. So they got the audience to participate and ask them,
call out a number.
Sass called out a number and she got picked for one of them.
Woo!
Whoop. And there were it was a mixture of kind of old-time bluesy, jazzy classics.
For instance, we had Mac the Knife.
Yeah, we had some original songs by Jessie herself, as well as Jessie and Mark. And then we also had one that we came across, which was to create an original piece.
Yeah, so someone just happened to call out the number that corresponded to...
25.
Oh, you remember?
Oh.
Hey? To create an original song. So Mark, so they discussed, what key they wanted it to be in. Mark started improvising on the guitar, and Jessie listened, and she brought up a poem that she had written a little while ago, and then just sang the poem.
Yeah.
To which Mark then... So Jessie's making up a melody, and then Mark is harmonizing with her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Who gave you that talent?
Incredible. It was just absolutely incredible just watching these two kind of virtuosic,
Artists.
musicians. Yeah, just do their thing. And to be able to pull something out of thin air like that was absolutely incredible. And what a joy it was to be able to watch that. And what a joy that we came across the number that allowed them to do that.
Yeah.
Which I feel like just makes the show have really great recycling value.
Yeah, it does.
Apart from the seating situation. So if you're going to get a seat, maybe get there early.
Well, I didn't think we got there that late, but
neither did I.
Well, I think the Ellington crowd runs a little bit older than us, and so they do arrive about an hour beforehand to get a drink.
Yeah.
And a table.
Not a disappointing mojito.
No, goodness. I did think that, they did choose, there were moments where they were like, so before we take another number, because this is to promote our new album, we're just going to go do a song from the album. Do you want to talk about the pastry song?
What a joy.
What hilarity ensued.
Absolutely incredible innuendos.
Throughout the piece, it's all innuendos about pastry.
It was such a delightful song. And it was hilarious. And they spoke about, wanting to lick her bagel. And Jessie spoke about wanting his profiterole. and how they wanted to be each other's pastry kings and queens.
Yeah.
And I was so for it.
And how one of them went out for a baguette, but came back with 2.
And that was a threesome joke.
Yeah, and Jessie just paused the song to be like, that's a threesome joke. And then they just continued on. It was
so clever.
It was so clever. I loved the original songs. They messed with the Dolly Parton classic Jolene at the end, and that was...
Made it Australiana.
Did they?
Didn't they? I thought they used some suburb name or something at one point.
Oh, they might have.
Maybe not Australiana, maybe Perth.
But
yeah.
Still made it their own. They added a new couple of verses from Jolene's point of view, which was great.
Yeah.
The only thing that I didn't love about the actual set list, because of what we had chosen as an audience, Mark only got to play his saxophone once. Once!
A disappointment, because as you guys know, if you have listened to Yeah, we love a saxy man.
And Mark is in fact that saxy man.
Yeah.
And so we only got a little taste of it.
And thank goodness we at least got one.
Yeah, I would have been
when he pulled out his sax, we were in awe.
Yeah.
We were like, yes.
Yes, we're ready.
I was honestly ready for more, to be honest. I really enjoyed this.
I was hoping that they would do an encore.
Yeah.
I also didn't have time for an encore because I had another event to get to after this show. But
they also had another show to put on. Well, Jessie had another show to put on.
Yeah. Which, again, if we didn't have another event afterwards, I think I would have liked to have stayed for, because Jessie was so much fun.
Mm.
And her voice was honey and deep. And at one point, Mark did this, growl singing. It was only for a couple of words.
Yeah.
But it just showed his range, because previously he was up high harmonizing with Jessie, and then the next song he's in this very deep
raspy.
Yeah, raspy. Yeah.
I love a
Tom
raspy
Waits
voice.
esque.
Just very deep and texturous and yummy.
Which I think is why we like the sax too.
You're so right.
Yeah.
Jessie's voice was an absolute delight. Like, just so soulful and incredible.
Yeah.
And for her to go from a quick-paced song to something that's a bit lighter and brighter to something way more soulful and darker, just very impressive. And obviously Mark, we knew, and we were already very impressed by Mark's talents.
We say we knew.
Multifaceted
We don't know
talents.
him as a person. We just know him as an artist.
As a musician.
We'd love to know you, Mark. You seem like a really nice guy. Same with you, Jessie.
Yeah.
Both of you just seem really lovely.
You guys seem like you'd be great friends, and if you need two other besties, like...
We're right here.
We're right here. So, set and lighting. We've been to the Ellington before for Yeah. So look, I think the Ellington's built very well for a musician space, other than obviously the issue that we had for Yeah.
The table
we sat
thing.
at the wrong place.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful set, very simplistic.
Oh, and they did bring some candles and
Decor.
fake candles and fake plants, which they assured us were in fact real plants.
I don't think
and just wound them around, like just little touches to give it a bit more of a romantic feel, and I think that was a really lovely touch. They didn't have to do that, and it was a really nice touch.
Yeah, I think it's just like a really nice, comfortable, warm speakeasy vibe.
Yeah.
Which I think that Ellington does very well at that. It's just the beginning part of it that we didn't love.
Yeah.
So, favourite moment?
I've been thinking about this, and I'm not sure. I think it was one of the earlier songs, but I can't remember what it was called. I did love another one of Jessie's originals, but I don't remember what it was called. But something that was definitely a favourite moment was Mark thinking that he knew the tune of Xanadu, and he sang Waterloo, but with Xanadu.
Wrong.
Xanadu. To which Jessie was very quick to be like, do you think that's what Xanadu sounds like? Which would have only been something that we would have experienced as that, like a member of that audience, because someone called out for them to play Xanadu and they were like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Which is fair. Who wants to hear Xanadu when you could hear what they were actually performing? It was beautiful.
I think my favourite moment was definitely the pastry song.
Yeah, it's fair.
And the fact that it's an original.
Yeah.
Look, I did really enjoy them writing their own song, because that, I think, just goes to show their incredible craftsmanship and musicianship. But that pastry song was just hilarious.
Yeah.
And it got the whole crowd giggling. And I just really enjoyed the concept of this, to be honest. The fact that it was, song roulette.
Yeah.
And I think just has really fantastic recycling value, and that you could go back and it would be different every night.
Which they are doing, an 8 or 10 week.
I can't remember what it's called. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, they
House residency?
Yes.
Residency.
Yeah, residency.
Yeah.
In Perth. It's not the CBD, but it's in Perth.
Yeah.
We will look up and put it in the description, the details of that. So they'll be playing every week together for the next 8 to 10 weeks, I think.
Would highly recommend seeing them. They're absolutely incredible musicians.
And they'll have wonderful stage chemistry and
presence.
You want to be there. You really do. It's a beautiful experience, and they make you kind of feel part of their friendship, which is a really rare thing.
Yeah.
Which is why we want to be friends with them.
Yes. 3 words, Sass.
I'm going to go with, so first up, honey, because both of their voices, smooth like honey, banter, and charming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say delightful.
Yeah.
Song roulette with a hyphen. That's one word, guys.
Yeah.
And charismatic.
That's a good word.
Thank you. I changed it last minute.
Oh.
So yeah, what are we watching next, Sass?
We're working. We're working.
Walking.
We're not working. We're working a circus sensation, which is going to be presented by Zap Circus. So at our last circus show, for the Fringe season.
Yeah. All coming to an end.
Yeah. And just to go back to All the Rage, should we have watched that?
Yes.
It's an incredible yes. I'm surprised at how many yeses we've had for that question. I really thought there would have been some
We have said yes, but maybe not watch it again. But I think I would watch it again. There's huge, like I said, the recycling value of this show is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, we don't usually give stars in the podcast, like a star review in the podcast, but I give this 5 out of 5 because I just had such a good time. The only gripe was the Ellington, and that's nothing to do with Jessie or Mark.
Yeah. Agreed. Anyway,
thank you so much for listening in. I've been Soraya.
And I'm Amanda.
Bye.